Preparing for first contact by the Arcturians, through Suzanne Lai. Chapter 20. Where is Sharman? Shilya speaks. Hello, Shilya speaking here. I am addressing you all to inform you that we have lost all contact with Sharman. He was suddenly called back to Earth again. He told me there was an important meeting that he had to attend on Earth, and we have not heard from him since. I am usually able to at least perceive him when he goes to Earth, but something happened, and I lost all contact with him. All we know is that he had an important meeting with a human that has a great deal of influence on Earth. He told us that he had to go in blind, which means that we do not see him, and he would need to check in with us. He said that he knew that this person, or persons, would not trust him if they knew that their conversation was not just between them. However, it has been several weeks in Earth time, and he has not reported back to us. I, his divine complement, am very worried as the only image I can receive from him is that he is on the ground in a dark place and is bleeding. Normally, we can track him via his signature frequency, but somehow his mental frequency has been shifted, and we cannot locate him. It is my impression that the physical vessel he is wearing has somehow suffered a brain concussion. We track those on an Earth mission via their brainwaves. The only way that we can understand why we cannot track Sharman would be that his brainwaves were changed. Of course, while in his fifth-dimensional form, his brainwaves are in total unity with all of us on the ship and even beyond. Also, divine complements can connect via brainwaves, as well as what we call heart waves. The heart waves of divine complements are very similar. If Sharman, or rather the human he merged with, has suffered a concussion and has brain damage to his Earth vessel self, I can only feel his emotions, but not his location. I feel that he is very confused and has lost connection to his fifth-dimensional self. Therefore, he is just a normal human who is greatly injured. I cannot allow myself to be afraid for him, as I must keep my heart and mind centered to better tune into my beloved. When I do tune in, which is basically always, I feel that he has been injured in a manner that he cannot remember his true self. A concussion could make him temporarily forget his Pleiadian reality. Since he recently, according to Earth time, spent a life on Earth, he may only be able to relate to that human reality. I am greatly concerned and ask all of you to send him unconditional love to assist with his healing. If you have any idea where, or even who, he may be, please send me a mental message. To better assist you in your search, I will tell you what little I have received via our heart connection. I do know that his heart almost stopped from his injury, but he was able to use his Pleiadian mind to partially heal the physical body he is wearing. I think that because he went so deeply into the consciousness of that body, which has been injured, his Pleiadian identity became lost to his conscious mind. I have the go-ahead to go to Earth and assist him, but first I am needed up here to keep him connected to the ship and his life up here. I am concerned that if I, too, take an Earth vessel that I will no longer be able to receive the heart message that he is sending to the ship. Therefore, I will maintain my connection with him from here. I will now tell you what I have perceived regarding his location and his mental and physical state. I see that he was taking a walk in one of the cities he has been visiting to observe humanity's awareness of planetary ascension. It feels like he is in a big city in the United States, but so many of those cities are similar to our perception that I cannot tell which one. I see that there are tall buildings and, even late at night, the streets are very busy. I think that the human into whom he bilocated was walking along the street, and was pulled into an alleyway to be robbed. Please realize that we Pleiadians are not accustomed to violence and robbery. Everyone in our society is considered equal and deeply connected with each other. There are no conflicts, as we live a life filled with unconditional love and abundance for all. If any one of us needed assistance, we would instantly give it without a second's hesitation. Even though my beloved has already had a difficult life on Earth, in what appears to be a short time to you on Earth, Sharman has investigated, healed, and released all the trauma and difficult emotions that he suffered during his last, which appears to be recent incarnation on Earth. I hope I am not confusing you too much with my comparisons of your time and our no time. It is just that I am concerned for the Earth vessel he has taken, and deeply concerned about the fact that his brain has been injured. What if he is too wounded to remember his true self? Then he will not remember that he can heal the earth vessel he is wearing and free himself? I am sorry. I am having an emotion of fear, which is very rare in our world, but I almost lost him once to the darkness of third dimension Earth. I now have immense respect for all of you who have loved ones that must walk through the myriad challenges of being physical on a third-dimensional planet. I will take a meditation break to recover before I continue my communications with you. Sharman speaks. Where am I? In fact, who am I? I feel as if there are two versions of me within the same brain, but I do not have any idea who either one of these versions are. I try to open my eyes, but something is in the way. Oh, as I wipe my eyes and look at my hand, I see a lot of blood. Is it my blood, or someone else's blood? No, there is no one else here, in what seems to be a dark alley. I reach out in the darkness and find a baseball bat, which is covered with what appears to be blood. It is then that I feel an excruciating pain on the left side of my head. As I reach up to touch it, I can feel the warm blood pumping from a huge gape in my head. As I search my pockets, I find that they are empty. I was mugged. I hear another voice in my head that is I, but it is not me. No, you are in my head, argues the other, inner voice. I was just walking home from work to fix dinner for my kids. Then suddenly I felt as if I was in a dream. Then, I felt that you, whoever you are, was somehow inside of my head. But how can you be aware of my presence? No one else has ever known that I bilocated into them. I don't know, but I think that blow to the head would have killed me, if you had not entered just before we got hit. I don't think I would have remembered that feeling of someone moving into my body if we had not gotten mugged. Mugged? I questioned. Yes, how can you not know what being mugged is? Did you just land here from a spaceship? Oh, by the way, my name is John. How did you know that I was inside you? I mean, how can you tell that we are sharing the same form? I ask. My wife, she died a few months ago, and she has come into my awareness several times since then to check on our kids. I have, or I guess I have, said John, felt her visiting me since then. It feels similar to you, but she is not inside me. However, I can still feel her touch me. You feel very different than her, but I have to get home. My kids need me. John, we will have to wait a minute. A policeman will be here soon who will call an ambulance. How do you know that? Are you psychic or something? Yes, something is correct. We need to pull our shared body out of the alley where we can be seen. I sense the police car close by. We will need to combine our wills to move this very wounded body. No, no, said John. I can't die. I have to take care of my kids. They need me. Don't worry, John, I won't let you die. I am working on healing the body that we are sharing now, but I will need some medical help. What do you mean, heal our body? Who are you, some kind of alien? Yes, I am, but we need to talk about that later. Right now we are two energy fields inside of one extremely wounded body. I can heal myself, but I need physical assistance to heal your body. You could heal my body? But isn't it your body too? John, no more questions. We need to blend our conscious willpower in order to pull this body out where the oncoming police car can see us. Sending up a wave of thanksgiving that I had chosen a body that was somewhat awake to the unknown, John and I forced our wounded brain to give the signal to our body to drag itself out of the alley and onto the curb of the dark street. When we get to the curb, we must use our combined essence to call out to the police. The last thing I saw was the police car pulling over. One policeman called an ambulance, while the other wrapped something tight around our head. Before I passed out, I saw the ambulance. The last thing I thought before I passed out was, can I use my Pleiadian healing ability to save us both? The next thing I could remember was waking up in a hospital bed. I checked to see if John's essence was still in the body. Yes, he was there, but his essence was starting to flicker in and out. Normally, I would have slipped out of John's form, but I knew that he would die without my constant healing. However, in this case, I was not healing my own body. I had to keep my essence in John's body or he would surely die. With my Palladian hearing, I could hear the doctors pondering the puzzlingly brain X-rays and digs. I could hear the doctor asking the technician, how can there be two separate brainwaves in one person? I had to get out of here, but I could not leave John's body. Hence, I would need to find a way to escape from the hospital. John was no longer able to maintain a conscious awareness of our shared body, and I could feel him slipping into a coma. John, John. I cried inside our joint mind. You have to keep awake, so we can get to your house. I can't, he muttered. They gave us something to make us sleep. Well, you are half Palladian now, so use your higher powers to stay awake. Think of your children. That did it. John somehow found an inner strength to assist me in getting our wounded brain to follow our orders. My house is close by. In fact, I was taking a walk to clear my head. Well, something happened to my head. But we have on a hospital gown. How can we just walk out of here and down the street? I can teleport us there, but since I share your body, you must help me. Teleport? No, this all must be a dream? Okay, I said, call it a dream if you wish, but do what I say. Right, said John. I think I saw a long coat hanging in the hallway. No, don't worry about that. I will teleport us to your house, but I need you to stay conscious and allow your thoughts to completely merge with my thoughts. Think of your kids, John. They are wondering where you are and we have no idea. No one can tell them where you are. That is all John needed to hear. Somewhere deep within himself he found a power of intention, which was somewhat similar to the power of intention that would allow us to bilocate. Our two states of individuality were blending into one sense of self. With the combined efforts of John and myself, I transported our body into the backyard of John's house. The last thing I remember was a small boy yelling about a bright light that came into their backyard. That voice was soon combined with an adolescent girl's voice saying, "Daddy. It is Dad. Help me, John, we need to pull him into the house." Once our joint consciousness knew that we temporarily safe, I began to slip off. The last thing I remember was John telling his daughter, "Don't tell anyone we are here. We will be fine. I promise you." From my perspective of sharing John's body, I could feel a teenaged girl and young boy drag us into John's bed and lay down on either side to heal us. "Daddy," I heard the young girl say, "this did not work for Mommy, but please, please don't leave us." After that simple sentence, John's consciousness gained such power and intention that I knew I could relax my healing essence and fall into my innate restorative consciousness. My last perception was of my beloved Shilya overlighting me. I knew that John could better take care of himself now, so I could relax into Shilya's unconditional love and heal myself. As I drifted off, I could feel Shilya say, "He is alive. Dear Sharman, come home to me safely."